I am moving this. Okay. Okay, I didn't do all of that extra. I'm trying to get obedience, y'all. I'm trying to get the internet. It's not letting me do that. So give me a moment. It's not letting me get the text that I want. So I'm really trying to do it before it. This is some weird stuff. Like this guy is not the individual, my ex. I met him. There was an option between him or the shelter where I was, I spoke upon it before. The basement and all of that. I had a gum print when I met him of a gum print from the shelter, right? And I'm going to show you guys where I went before. It ain't pulling it up no more, right? Let's go to my history. But I didn't know God was actually taking me to do that, to protect this young girl that was on. I don't get at all. Y'all don't know what I've been through and you don't care. During the corona, it was a trying time. An individual, I really cared about inviting. I'm over him. I don't want a relationship. I'm not looking. Invited me to Tucson and just didn't care didn't care about if I was living or not. Well, these are people that I helped that stole from me, literally in my face, being around me personally. And it really hurt. But I never, I never did anything to hurt anybody, separate them or curse them, never, ever. So this is what popped up the first time. Let's see if it shows. I don't remember no recorder popping up though. I don't remember this. It won't let me get back into what I seen at first. It's crazy. So we went into that. I should just snapshot it. Let's do it again. Let's see it. Let's see something. Let's see. Look, I'm not touching anything. These people, I was raised in a church. And the things that I saw, I didn't say anything. But what I saw, I left. And I'm going to just say this. People can do wickedness too. Christians can do wickedness too. When you pray at an altar, when you pray at church, at an altar, that's a ritual. I didn't say if it was good or bad. When you drink the cup of blood of your Jesus, that's a ritual. I didn't say whether it was good or bad. That's not what I'm saying, because I know how people are. Okay? I didn't say, oh, that's the wrong thing. I'm gonna let you make your own decision. Let's see something. And when I was in Atlanta, people just wanted me to speak, and I wouldn't speak. They would be like, "What's on your mind? What's on your?" Because I wouldn't say anything. When I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, they thought I could go voice by me speaking. By me speaking, it is helping me to release and to talk about what needs to be talked about. I don't understand. I just try to stay out the way. And the quiet people are dangerous. And I know my enemies. I keep my enemies close. Just because I'm not voicing it to them, I don't know. You know who's there for you and who's not. This is they actually sabotage and try to keep me in the back while they steal my identity, while they do what they want to do. And by me speaking out, they don't like that. They don't. It's not what I heard. It's common sense. I'm just not figuring things out myself. I don't have to be right about everything, but people are really trying to cloud my thought process. They listen in, they watch. These are my spirits. They move things around. They do little weird things, and I'm not going to be upset anymore. I'm learning that my energy of me being around certain people, that people can say all they want of what they know, but that doesn't mean that they agree with you. That doesn't mean they like you, and I'm not looking for likes. I cannot. What just popped up, it really literally pulled up something totally different. Because I did not pull this up. See, this right here. Every time they hack it, that's what happens. Every time, this is how I know they hack it, to do this. People have a program called the Second Chance. I did a second chance. All I got was their butts to kiss, and told that, I was wrong. Some places in Arizona that I stood up against the evil, but people don't know that. People don't know that. I had people sitting that was, following and watching me to see and report back to say I'm evil, and really wasn't. I actually sat and talked to the owner of that place. It was a white woman and a black man that came there. That sat and was looking like, trying to as if they had to know me, and they don't know. They wasn't around. See, I try to show people that hate other people how to love, and so these people were doing it to themselves. They were the evil ones. I wasn't, and it's okay for an organization to send kids or put kids in places and placements with people that are not even qualified to keep them, that do evil things. But that's okay, right? But what you don't know and you don't ask questions, you assume you want me to be you or something. And I'm not. I'm a very lovable person, and you're not going to change my heart. I don't like evil. I do not like evil. What I thought was, when I was younger, there to help me, I was actually being fought up against. When I earlier in my when I was younger, I had the Morehouse, if I'm right, if I'm saying it right, but it was the college for the women in Atlanta, and the men college. They had a group, and they would talk about different inventions and things like that, or business meetings and things like that. And these young people would literally come and pick me up at my home in Bankhead. Um, it wasn't until my siblings came to visit, that things that just went crazy. Like, I had a beautiful life before I got back around my siblings, and I'm around that energy now, and it hasn't changed. No one's not taking accountability, but they've been setting me up to fail, and it takes a person with a soul, that many left, to understand, to want to help. So I'm really I feel like I'm fighting on my own. I really do. I feel like I'm around a lot of fake people. Like, they talk about it just to throw it in my face type stuff. Because I'm a different type. When I know something, and I'm not mad at anybody. I don't, I said how I felt. And me saying how I felt does not mean that I hold resentment like that. There's a lot of people that do. I meet them. And it's psychotic. It's psychotic. These people put me around a bunch of psychotic people. And I've been nothing but good to people. They don't care to know. They want to steal from me, live in my energy, and say F you. And act. I don't trust anybody around me. I'm going to be honest. I don't trust anybody. Let's see what it is. I'm not supposed to. I would be a fool. I have a heart. I like how I am since I've been young. That heart to help. I've been feeding home the people that in my school, elementary. I've been doing this since I've been in elementary because it broke my heart to be taken from a family that really loved me and be placed in this Christian home. And that does not disqualify me if I was left anything. That doesn't disqualify me about what I'm saying. That's silly. That's sick for you to even not allow me to voice my opinion as if I don't have a right to speak. So many people wanted me to speak when I was younger, and I didn't, and now it's a problem. And this is why I felt that I never had a voice or I shouldn't say certain things. And I was raised in a Pentecostal church. All people that's Christians, I don't think are evil, but the ones that I have met, it's been very disappointing. Spiritually, it's been very disappointing. People are throwing like little white dolls in my yard in Tucson, Arizona, and I'm getting rid of it. I'm trying to destroy it. And people are thinking it. And I'm on my live on Facebook doing this. Like I was really targeted. But no one wants to know the truth. They want to say that I'm the one that's doing an evil. When you mature in your spirituality and in life, when you're young, you want to prove to someone you like that they should be with you. I don't have to do that no more. I've never harmed an individual to say, I don't want that person to live. I want you to die or to not. I don't want you to be here, excuse me. Or I want your family to break up. I never said that. At this point, let me say this. I've never went and did any type of darkness towards it. If you have came for me, what I would do is tell you the truth. Because anytime you do evil to somebody, you have to expect your life to be done evil. Period. And by me not saying anything, when my phone's being hacked, my house was stolen, I said nothing. Years later, about 2, 3 years later, Chase Bank doing tax season. They came with the van in Charlotte, in Oakland. Chase Bank, a mobile tax thing, came in our neighborhood, and I got on that mobile bus, during tax season, and I was told that it was a house in my name through Chase Bank. Don't nobody care about me but me. These people around me don't care. I know that. But being the example of that with the spirit, like they do a lot of trickery. If I was here, that man probably would have poisoned me. That's how I think. No, nobody's around me I trust. I don't. Trust is earned. I don't trust nobody. But anyway, this was from my ex. When I'm impressed on this. When I was in New York City, after the assault, excuse me, I was walking down the street on my way to a police department, and this guy, my ex, pops up out of nowhere. I had a choice. Go back to the shelter. Because I wasn't there doing it in New York doing anything but what I needed to do to find my way and find housing, and wasn't able to do that because I was a victim of fraud. God told me to go to a certain page, a website, and I did, and I found the owner's information. No one helped me with that. God did, just like He's helping me now. The energy of God, because some of y'all get offended by the truth. So if I say energy, if I say God, don't, no matter what I say, you're gonna have a problem with how I say it. And people tell me, don't worry about what people say. Some of those people are the ones that are saying what they say behind my back. That's what popped up now. I've never set a fire. I was talking about my dog when I was in Tucson that they kidnapped on another video that crashed. So I had to erase it. I don't know if I spoke on it. These people don't, they hate me. They to find people to really be a support. They're behind the scenes, of course, but I know that much. And I don't want to doubt, but that's what they want me to do. They want me to doubt. And I've been paying, like I said, I've been paying my bills, y'all, by myself for the longest. And a person that is not competent does not take care of their responsibilities. Okay? That's one thing about an incompetent person. And regardless if anything was owed to me or not, but if anything was owed to me, I could have had someone to help me with my affairs. So for you to just totally deny it, like, what are you doing? That makes no sense. And for people to speak on that, and you don't know facts, I don't, know where you're coming from with that. Look at that. You see what's popping up? Unclaimed property. I don't know what just happened, y'all. No, I'm not from Utah. So this is a text from my ex in New York. I did not condone any disrespect or any of that. I was there to help. And you cannot talk about what you have not lived through or to experience certain things and try to prejudge someone. That's wrong of you. So this is a text to me. My name is up top. There, New Jersey. These people fake as fuck. They fake as fuck. And then you have to be a real spiritualist that you see this shit, see through this shit. Oh, excuse me, I'm cussing. They're hacking. They're hacking again. I'm a little sad. That's normal. I don't know. Accept cookies. See, It's no reason for my phone to be doing this, y'all. I'm pressing the X. Okay. I could say something, but it's, people that's here, that's not here, but that's been around me to witness certain things. Purposely, something happened to them. Somebody did something to them in some type of way to keep them from, being around. Whether it was their health that they were neglecting. No. I'm not touching the volume button. I'm actually over here trying to press so I'm not pressing that button to make it go up and down like that. That's not how that works. I'm gonna press it up, like the volume up now. Like, I'm doing it now. I can't move that bar. I cannot move the bar up and down like it's moving. I'm not doing that. Now it disappeared on its own. I cannot look for that. They don't care. Like, y'all companies are being destroyed because of these people. I'm pressing lands at the bottom. The weight, I'm pressing that. The lands at the bottom by the save. That's what I'm pressing. Let's see what pulls up.
Obedience.
I've never really been given a chance. I've been trying to make choices for myself. And I don't fear what y'all fear. Like, I don't, like, when it started off, you can say the curse and things like that, but when you're separated to not to be a part of that curse, and people have played judge and jury, and God didn't give them that right to do that. They don't even really know God, y'all. They don't know the true Bible. They only know what they've been taught. And you can't trust religious people for some, or spiritual people. Like, I've always trusted people, but I've always tried to just get over the fact of that, life is going to be disappointing. I'm very optimistic. Like, I just don't, I'm a fighter. And they say that it's not good to be that way, or, such and such happened to this person, and, crazy stuff. They eat that negativity. They feed into that. And some people just are very dismissive. They don't care to fight. And those people, I don't really care for that much to basically convince. It's nothing to really convince other than what is you need to. Sometimes in certain circumstances, people will falsely accuse you. And because of their title and the way they look and sound, it's not that complicated, but people make it complicated. Very evil people. And I'm not going to take up for that. To me, that's like when witchcraft is being put on you. It's for you to know that someone is actually doing something towards you and you're catering to it. to the point where you're like, oh, that person, that's okay. It's okay. No, no. If it's a mission behind it and a purpose, and I said something to assist, I must keep my word. I don't condone all that illegal activity. You're not going to come in my home and set any illegal activity up. You're not going to assist me. You're not going to take my place. You're not going to take me out. You're not going to do any of that and get away with it. You're not. And I'm not sorry for saying that. Okay, excuse me. It's been long. These people really want to be me and take my life. And I'm not the only person in the world that God has gifted. You know, I'm not somebody that's like, ooh, look at me, I'm the only one. No, there's a lot of people that knows more than me, smarter than me, that's talented than me. Yeah? So I don't go off of just what I'm going through to say that, oh, it's all about me. I've been abused here so much. And everybody looks at me like I'm doing them wrong. Everybody just about has that same spirit. They look up in the air as if, for instance, if someone comes at my home, I'm using it as an example, at 2 a.m. in the a.m., and I politely let them know, hey, it's late. And that person responds, well, I'm at work. I was working. I don't understand. I don't know. I thought I told you I was at work. How would you take that? And then you're saying to that individual, well, maybe we could just sit down and figure out like what's going on. Well, I already told you that before. I had to work. How would you deal with that? And then you're saying, well, are you upset because I have boundaries? And that person is like looking like you have offended them, like you have done something to them, oh, like, oh my, it's looking like they're saying, oh my God, how dare you ask me that or say that to me? You're like, these are the type of people I'm around. You know how somebody look off to the side like you're offending them or doing them wrong? When you know that they've done you wrong, but you just ain't called it out. Like you really know these people excuse my language, you know these people have tried to set you up, but you just ain't said nothing. You've caught these people in the act and you just ain't said nothing. And you're really trying to just like treat them how you want to be treated. And then when you go off, I'm dead serious. I've met good white people at the airport that have experienced, a couple that experienced the same mess that I experienced. Like they actually had a lot of more people being at one point. A lot of people didn't get stranded with me. This is just that one time, just to make it look like it was something that was normal. No, it wasn't. So that if I had to complain about it, it was other people. It wasn't just me. But when I met these good white people at this airport that was taking the same flight, I've never seen white people cuss another white person out and call him a B. It was a man and his wife was sitting there. And you guys are so critical. Like, you just know when a person is actually been done wrong, or, it's an exception to them being judged harshly. But these people, for some that I'm around, they are all one mind. And they have no power. Energy vampires. I'll catch them actually sometimes walking like a certain individual. Like mannerism is just like like the women. For some, not many that I met, because I don't have friends. Not many. have family, and that's yet to be determined. A man having a mannerism like another man that is ghetto fabulous, but you will never know that this woman has taken on his energy. Just subtle moves, like they'll show themselves the spirit that took over them because they're not strong enough. They played in darkness. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. The candle to me is like the sun. It's not to be used to hurt or harm. I don't, some certain people need to specify that because I don't want to offend people. And I have my moments. I don't use the Bible to hurt people. I would never be sitting somewhere and summoning some type of demonic spirit on somebody, or blocking. That's not me. What I did was try to learn the mindset of these people, if you really want to know. My dad, he's from Bronx. I wanted to go to see why my dad was like he was. Why am I in Bronx? I'm not from Bronx. Why did I go to Bronx? Because my stepdad was in Bronx. When I do things, it's to learn to not to do certain things or learn somebody, because no one cared about learning me. No one cared about asking questions. So when I've been to certain places in Tucson, Arizona, I've done that to learn the wickedness of where I came from, certain homes I was in as an adopted child that portrayed themselves as holy people. And they really wasn't. Not to harm people. When I'm in my home and when I'm out and about, you ain't gonna catch me going to I go to herbal stores and do things, aromatherapy, and get things for myself, but I've never gotten something that hurts nobody in a family. I never cursed anybody. I was always been about love and learning in my mature in my ways, to call somebody and make them want to be with me, or just want somebody to be with me so bad. I would have never hurt that person or stopped them from or break them up from nobody. I had to learn what works for me. But what I knew that never worked for me is being around Christians that played in the dark. And I seen it, and I never said anything. I didn't say how. I didn't say what they used. And I'm not going to say whether it's good or bad. I'm not going to put my opinion on this. But when you go to church, you're praying at an altar. That's a ritual. All right? You just don't know that because you just the basic knowledge. I never said it was good or bad because the attack is for you to find something wrong in what I say or do, and for you to attack me thinking you're doing something right, and you're not. You're not. God gives us free will. He loves us unconditional. Why? Because our intentions are right. It's not what I heard. It's who I am. So me helping people because I haven't been helped or because it's in me, it will come back. I don't look for it to come. It will come back. The wickedness that people do, spiritual, non-spiritual, Christian, non-Christian, the wrong you do will come back. Whether you're in high position or low position, doing evil, it will come back. You're not to throw demons at anybody. I've never in my life, I've always fought against that. And you hate me for that because you have basic knowledge. The cult mind, not culture, the cult mind. I heard this song. A man that knows something knows nothing at all. You think you're helping, but you're not. You think you're helping that child by being strict and up that child's rump or behind. You're not. You think you're helping your friend by, I guess, trying to control their life, but you're not. You're not. You're to help and mind your own business and be that example. And from that example, because you are that of who you say you are, you exude that. It's no second guessing. It's no tit for tat. It's no moving things around. I have people around me that move shit around. And I don't say shit. I just let them do it. My space is my space. And if you're going to help me get it together. Don't sabotage me. An individual that I made a promise to help that individual to get a lawyer that waited for like 3 years to get this lawyer. While that person rested for an hour, I was on the phone on hold for an hour. And this individual was asleep. And that individual cusses me out, disrespects me, but I made a promise. You think I didn't say nothing back to that person? Don't tell me my karma and watch how you speak. Sometimes you have to get it out. Because you tried so hard to not to be how they are, to be the example. They hate you even more. I've been called a divine something, like they made it seem so negative, that person I was helping. And this is before I helped this individual. This person, before the day that I actually sat and talked to the lawyer, told me off about a question that I asked about my phone being unlocked. Everybody's around me doing some dumb, crazy stuff in one way or the other. And I'm not paranoid. I just watch. I sometimes let them think that they're getting away. And that's not to say anything to say that to be manipulative, because I'm not. I really see my enemies up close. I don't condone illegal activities at all. What has been talked about with some of the readers, the exception to the rule is your intentions. The reason why the Bible said don't do it is because certain people manipulate it. Certain people that are readers solve crimes. And the cops, FBI, they hire these people. So before you say something about what I'm posting, I'm being guided to post. I see the spirit and hear the spirit of what is negative and positive that's jumping, not even jumping, but maybe so, but that is being used, the spirit, whether it's good or bad, speaking through certain people. An entity attachment, the jumping, jump out, jump in. And I'm around that in real life. That's the whole point of the Chucky movie. Huh? That's the whole point of the movie Fallen. I'm around a whole bunch of demonic possession. People say it's not a such thing as demons. When you're open to doing demonic things and hurting people, it is. You have to be doing people right to not to be possessed, or for the possession to not take over. When you're behind the scenes doing some mental ill stuff to people, and you want to teach somebody, some people you don't even know that they do the dumbest, crazy stuff because they don't let you know. I don't trust anybody around me because anybody can poison me. And that's the truth. The half A behind people that's supposed to do their job to protect don't care. They'll just do it just to, when you get down they back, they throat. But once that person go on vacation, they ain't doing their job. Once the boss go on their vacation, that's it. These people don't care about me. I care about me. I always have. And they don't like my heart because they think someone else is going to get what they can't get. It's about control, and God does not give you God. That's not God. You have no power. Thinking that in the darkness, it's just a bunch of people thinking alike that's making that work, because the power of thought makes things persist itself. It's me by myself making things happen, and I deserve for my room or my some areas to look uncluttered. I've been going and going and going and going and going, but I got people that reminds me of my stepmom with the finger. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. I shut the door in her face spiritually and walked off because that's what was done to me. When people from Florida, the reason why I left home is because the non-communication of what I did not receive, of a misunderstanding that could have easily been rectified. When you have a person that you're around, see, I'm really a loving person, but these people project stuff on me because of what I feel about what I've been through. They play on that. These are psychic vampires. So if they know a fear, I don't have to tell them. What I've been going through is some type of people have placed things around me. Way of like having a woman outside with her child, homeless. They were placed there. The pregnant woman with her shirt off, she was placed there. It's a setup. It's been a setup. The protection, the witness protection that I was supposed to be under in Charlotte, North Carolina when I came to the Salvation Army. I was the only one called down because of my situation. Just came back from what I came back from in South Carolina. Was dropped off by people in position at the shelter in Salvation Army. A couple of days while I'm there, my baby's still a newborn. I get a call on the microphone to come down. It was actually a lunch or dinner or meeting of something, of some sort, gathering at the Salvation Army that everybody was attending. It was mandatory. I was stopped in my tracks on my way to the cafeteria. And there was a woman standing there. Staff said, Miss Booker, this young woman, she said her name, wants to speak with you. She said, don't tell nobody you saw me. You're going to have to come with me. You're going to be isolated. You can't go. You got to stay here at a certain time. And if you were me and someone said that to you after you came out of a traumatizing situation, how do you trust that? That was a setup. So they took from me. And I'm really supposed to be protected. And they left me out alone. I'm not supposed to be around until they established me and got me together. They purposely let me be out on my own. Because I'm around a lot of harsh, demonic people that's trying to steal from me and has stolen from me. You'll think a smart team of people would gather together to, see my heart, to see I'm not selfish and say, she's worthy. But they want me to be weary, and they can't make me be weary. This is normal things that a human go through. It's not what they're doing or what they have done to me. I have not given up. These people, no one's looking into it. If I was a person and I needed a job or a raise, I would get them out the way in the way of doing my due diligence to research, not to hurt them, and get in a position that I'm supposed to have. If I was a smart individual, I would come to where I'm staying right now and put other people in position and get these people, the people that's in position. If I was a smart person and I had that type of pull and my heart was right and I knew it's people that I could put in position that's going to do the job right and not play around, I would move these people out the way. Not to harm them, but I would do a thorough investigation of where I'm at, the place I'm at, city and state that I'm at now. And I don't care who's on the member boards or whoever is in position. I don't care if you work for the public and serve to be a person that protects and serve. I don't care who it is. A restaurant, I don't care who it is. You're wasting valuable air and time. And I would get them out the way because they're not doing what they need to do. They're illegally doing things. So people are allowing this to happen. I'm tired. I never got a second chance, but they have a program here called Second Chance. These people are criminals. They get to do technical jobs, cybersecurity. Orange juice is good. I've never gotten the opportunity. And I don't have a criminal record like that, a felony or, not like that. No one asked. No one cared to. Y'all businesses are going out of existence because of these people y'all allowed to be in position that are playing the part fraudulently, being someone that they're not. When you're doing right, can't no spell work stop you. When your intentions are pure, can't no spell work stop you. I don't know if y'all saw it snowing in New Orleans and in Florida, Pensacola. That's the connection with the New Orleans was my siblings going to New Orleans. My siblings are from Pensacola. I'd rather have someone under me or by me to witness that I'm not doing that. But who can you freak you trust? So I try. I give it an opportunity. I'm not naive. These are people that my vision has already took me. I've already been around these people in my vision. It's just playing out in the physical now. You cannot throw me or stop me or sabotage me. Block me from moving from one state to the next city and state and then say it's my fault when the trauma has already been done. That makes no sense. So whatever you do from the day forth of me being here, for you to ambush me, who in their right mind would allow you? And when I say you, whoever is a part of what they're doing, to get away with it, as if I chose to come here. It would have been different. So I chose to come here and mess up. No, I'm going through trauma. I've never been in a shelter with men and women in my life. And these people are criminal minded. The lowest of the low. Actors and actresses. I'm not paranoid towards everybody. I'm not. Everybody is not against me until proven. Yeah, until proven. Because I do keep my enemies like, ooh. But I don't do that illegal stuff. And you're not going to come in my dwelling. If you want to rest, you need a place to possibly take a shower. But when you show me who you are, sometimes I don't say shh. But if it's real dramatic, and you're trying to put my safety you're trying to put me in danger, you can't never ever come back up in my life again. When you're trying to manipulate me, sometimes people gotta get caught. Sometimes they gotta be around you for them to see and hear what they're doing. I didn't come here to scam nobody. I didn't come to steal nobody's identity. That's what they do. They've been doing it. So the programs that is non-existence, the money that's being used for those programs are not being used for that. Don't come for me. Come for yourself, because that's what's going to happen. You're going to get found out, and you have gotten found out. I can feel any way I want to. I'm entitled to that. You're not my mother, father, God. You're none of judge. You're none of that. You're not overseer. You're none of that. very hypocritical. This is the childhood energies in others. You got to do it like this. No, you can suggest liars in your face. And when you call them out, you're wrong. And that's why some of them has a felony or criminal mindset. Because you do things and you think you don't. You think that you're not going to get caught for it. But you're still, living, not learning, not to be hypocritical or critical on someone when you know how it feels. These people really don't care. It's a fake illusion of liking, of love, curses, and spell work. That's all I'm around. Illusion, spell work, and curses. That's it. Until proven different, I see what I see. And I have every right to feel that way. I don't have to be right. But what I'm seeing thus far is a lot of mind control, manipulation. I've never supposed to have been out here on my own. I was supposed to have been under witness protection. And that woman neglected me when she came to the Salvation Army, me and my son. Nobody gives a fuck about me. That's what I mean when I say that. Because if they did, it don't take that long to get things under control. This is all like some type of group of plot. And they tell me, some of the readers, it's me reading, not even reading, but comprehending how they think. Because sometimes they don't even have to be about me. But there are exceptions to the rules with readers. And I've always known that. They solve mysteries. They solve deaths. The reason why God, again, said don't do it is because certain people, entities enter them. It doesn't matter whether you're a preacher or a pastor. If you play lottery, you ain't supposed to do that, right? Wearing makeup, you ain't supposed to do that, right? Wearing pants as a woman. So, know your place. You being critical on someone and because of a title doesn't mean too much of nothing when your heart ain't right. Some people do have to stand up and possibly prove to the right people who they are because of the illusion. It's an illusion. You've been lied to. When I went where I went in Tucson, I do my own research. It's 2:12. I do my own research. That's what you don't know. Everything I have done, whether it's the parenting classes, whether it's the certificates for mental health, I was doing my research. It didn't just stop where you thought it was going to stop when you saw me in Tucson at that particular place. It didn't stop there. I'm interested in knowing how not to be. That's what I'm interested in. That's why I go certain places. Certain things that I do, it's at certain points. I did give up, but that's life. Sometimes you will give up until you shake it off. Who's there around to motivate? No one. So when you have that and you don't work with that, that's your problem. But this has been a setup for a long time, since a child. And you can say what you say until you do the research. Why don't you go and pull up my records or my file of my adoption? Do that. Instead of interviewing people in my hometown that I don't know no more, why don't you just go ahead and dig up them files? Find out the truth. Dig them up. Since you got that much, since you want to know so much. And then you'll find the truth. You'll find out the truth that this has been a setup since a child. Until then, please have several seats because you don't know. Y'all had support and you made the decisions that you made. That's not my problem. Stop pointing your finger over here. Stop trying to control somebody because that's how you've been raised. I don't like that. And I don't have to. I expose the dark that's going on in my life. And if you don't like it, And then sometimes you have to shine a flashlight. Sometimes you have to shine a candle. Light is not of darkness. It can never be made of darkness. So anybody doing evil, burning a candle or a light, is going to come back onto them. Your intentions, if it's wrong towards someone, that will diminish your life. You're not God. Your words is not power, because it's the acknowledgement of knowing. It's knowing the truth, and it set me free. Knowing the truth that you will manipulate something with your words that has no power, it sets me free, and it protects me. So your words have no power because of your intentions. So for me to say words have power, that's giving your negativity towards me to work, and I'm not going to do that. I speak against it. And if you don't like it, too bad. I stand and I don't fall, and I get a little disoriented. Who wouldn't, doing everything on their own? Be reasonable with yourself before you come for me. Because you being unreasonable with yourself, you're unreasonable with others. I'm going to make mistakes. And the foolish things is going to confide you. It's going to make you look stupid. Basically, that's what it's saying. It's a reason for things happening in my life. Every man can't come up in me, in my church. My brother was left to die in the streets. My brother did die, one of my brothers. And I know why. Because of poisoning. Christian. In a Christian home. Poisoning. Was I not heartbroken? Yes, I was. I was adopted into the family with him. He was one of my best friends. And he died because of what an adult that was a Christian did. And I watched it. That's why I have the heart that I have. That's why I have compassion. Know somebody before you, oh, she's this and you don't know. And Florida is one of the most neglectful states in the world. You got to be under some witchcraft not to see what the heck is going on. I'm not going to kiss nobody. Because doing that, I felt that if I was there for my brother, he would have never died. So I help people. And they hate me because of what's in them. And I could be saving their life. A guy, and I'm going to say this, I was praying, not praying on someone, but speaking life. Turning, acromizing that word into, because it's spelled two different ways anyway. Asking God, what should I do? Who are you bringing? The person that God brought called me. I wanted to nurse that person back to health. But lies of what they say about me, of how he thinks, the demonic possession, his pastor that ain't even called to speak, put fear in this grown man's heart. And when I was going to give him the nutrition, the care, the concern, I found out at the last minute he had high blood pressure. And my intuitiveness one day asked him in front of Tony that was here, do you have high blood pressure? And he said nothing because of spell work. These are hush mouth people. They accept the abuse and they're under a spell and don't even know it. I would never submit to that mess of abuse. And to hear people agree, it's like I'm like. But the reason, really, to be honest with you, the reason why I am hearted, to have the heart I have, is because my brother was abused. We all was, in a way. And he had to intake something at one point, like torture. It was torture. And we had to watch him go through that. It blocked his bowels. He had a breathing condition. he had a condition with passing his stool because of what an adult that the system allowed to house us did. That's why I have compassion. Because I see a lot of ways that Florida people have that they don't even think that is an issue, but it really is. Because that same attitude or spirit was my individual, an adult that was a part of stopping up my brother's bowels, restricting him. He was set on. He was given things to put in his mouth. So I go around people that's evil sometimes. I face them. I don't run from them. I suffer. I really do. I really do. I went to Bronx not to find anything on my dad, not to ask questions about him, but to see why he thinks and do was like he was. My stepmother was and my stepfather was from different places. I've been to Virginia as well. I just haven't stayed in Virginia. So I see what side in Virginia, like the side of my stepdad that adopted me, that had that nurturing, like hospitality part. But then I seen the New York in my stepmother, his wife, his first wife. Then I see the shystiness of being in Florida that my stepmother had, the evilness in her. I never got to be a part of my own culture or where I'm from. I was made to be a certain way that I rejected because I wanted to. And it made me a better person. So I'm hated and kept from a lot of things because I don't want to live the way or think the way that the people that I have been raised around or been around in life wants me to be. Let me end this. Let's talk about these food stamps because my sister Stephanie mentioned it. Stephanie Booker, Stephanie Mott, M-O-T-T. Excuse me. When we was talking about my dad that passed, she said something to the effect, randomly, you wasn't there. And she started talking about some food stamp scam that she said I had to pay it back. Well, I was like, well, we go through, because see my situation, because they talk, group of women, heavy set women, they hate me. They lust for me. They hate me. They turn my kids away from me. Confused by doing witchcraft. I was removing it. I was protecting them, and I'm the bad person. I bring light around them, the shine in the darkness type thing. And wrote what happened. You understand? And to say, heal my kids, protect my kids, show them love as the light shines around them. Not curse them, not hurt them, not do what they do. So they took it and lied. They lied. They lied and made it a cause for me to suffer because they are liars. They work spell works. The spell is the work of iniquity, of the lies that they thought that was powerful. It's going to get them caught up. So no one should have digged in my personal life the way they did online. Why would you do that? You went to the most unknowledgeable person about me. What I went through is because of how we were treated, how I was treated. Not because I was a bad child, but because of bad decision makings on people that's in position. I know what joy was. I knew what happiness was before they came around. It was misery. It was teaching us how to be disloyal. So you're not my God. You don't have God's spirit in you to do and say anything to make a choice of what I deserve. You want to limit and say, oh, when I turn this age, and to invite me on a holiday, y'all, nobody personally invited me. He got on YouTube and invited me in the world. He invited me to come to his place on Christmas, and maybe I was delusional to even think he's inviting me type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Staying in my lane, wishing somebody would invite me, but thinking he was saying to me, but was he really? So whoever this fool was inviting to his place on Christmas, he didn't go to him personally. I didn't get no personal invite. It was embarrassing. I don't like being in the open like that all the time. I'm really a shy person. I'm just loud because the power of my voice. I need to rest. If my room look disarray, so what? It's gonna get better. It'll get picked up. But no one has been through what I've been through, and intentions were pure. They've had people with them to help them. They've had support, and some people have support and don't even want to go towards that support. They rather just be starting over and no one knows them because of their past. People know their past. I don't have to run from my past. I'm not hiding and shying away from the truth. I don't care who knows me. But what you're not going to do is lie or conjure up some crazy stuff to make a decision for you to steal my money, sir, ma'am. The food stamps, I was in Atlanta. Yeah, about not long ago, me and my sister had the conversation. She didn't mention me, but for her to say it, it's like, stop playing with yourself. Like, I already know you talking about me. And even if you did do some stuff like that, I didn't do it like you did it. I did not. So, I was in AmeriCorps. My kids were on the weekends with me. All of the food would go to them. I would keep like $20 of the food. Maybe a little bit more, but majority of that food would go to them. And then when they come over, I didn't know at that time that today, when you have food stamps, you can put somebody else on your food stamp card with you. I was young. So I was, to y'all that is still in my identity and doing all of this crazy mess, mistakes wasn't allowed. Not knowing. And it was you're not somebody I need to even explain what I did to, because it really wasn't any fraud. It really wasn't, because my kids were with me. And not even just on the weekends, on the weekdays sometimes. So I thought about it. I was so hard on myself. I said, you know what? Damn, I was really getting my mind right and really moving things out the way for my kids, like really paving the way, like being unselfish, but just needed help. And I felt bad for needing help to the point where the people that was helping me with my kids or supposedly was not there to support. They were just evil people. And it's the truth. I met good people in Atlanta. They was evil. They teamed up with my sister. They traveled and moved closer to my sisters where they moved. They did some heinous stuff. Certain things I found out what my daughter was going through when someone sent her to me. So an older woman sent my daughter to me. I had to heal her. HEAL. My daughter slept on my bed. I slept on the floor. I treated her like somebody. But when she told people she was visiting me, that's when she started acting different. When she left and came back when she went to Charlotte and came back to New York, because she came back and forth, she was different because she was around me and she told people and they knew it. They buy her. Anything she needs, she'll get it. They'll use money as to control her. These women were wicked. So don't come for me. Don't talk about no food stamps. So in reality, it really wasn't a fraud. It was that the women that had my kids at the time, I was actually visiting with my kids. My kids were staying with me, and they lied. I didn't know. I'm young. I'm really like, do your research. It's accredited. I'm an official AmeriCorps alumni. I couldn't even work because I wanted my kids in my life. I never had someone tell me it's okay. You needed help. You're young. I never had that. So I'm being hard on myself because I don't want them to be like I was. And I see being back from where I was at. And I see how Florida people are. It's a really spell on these people to keep you back in the past. I carried that spell on me, that curse on me, by way of attachments to the people that raised me. Curses was being broken off of me until I went back around my family that's from Florida. These people are cursed. And you got to be crazy to not see that. They're not prosperous people mentally. They use and abuse people to get to where they need to be. Certain parts of Florida. These are cursed for some people. Everybody ain't cursed. I'm not cursed. And I'm breaking generational curses. So I'm going to be attacked. I'm not poor in heart and spirit. So what does that mean? If it's inside of me, it's going to be outside of me, above me, around me. I walk in light, true light, and I shine it, whether it's burning a candle or not, to represent God's love, his heart. The light cannot stand darkness. And when you use it for that, you're messing up. You're messing up. And when you're accusing someone falsely, you're messing up. What do you have to prove if you're not a part of any of that? It's all spiritual. Kirk Franklin song, it's all spiritual. Please don't come for me, because I don't think you want that. I don't have to do anything behind closed doors. It's what you fear that you say that I am, that I'm not. And if you keep saying that, you're going to manifest God using the world, the universe, the atmosphere to mess you over because you keep lying to manifest that in your life. Stop doing dark shit. Excuse my language. Because you won't win. At the end, you won't. You have no power over nature. You cannot stop nature. You cannot stop what you don't see. That God is going to do. I don't have to do anything. I had to learn that. You have good people around you, they teach you the right thing. So you can't fault people that wanted to know the right thing, that made mistakes. It's those that doesn't want to learn, that had the opportunity to learn, that keep making mistakes, that you need to come for. Not me. But I end this with, this was weird. This was actually a text from my ex. And I'm just trying to see, like, what the world is this? Let's do complaint. Let's do this right here. He got, like, and this was like a file, y'all. So he knows how to get in a computer system and switch it up. You understand? So the cases that we lost or we won, he got paid for it. And I didn't see it. So I believe that's him going back into the system. Like, he goes to courthouses and move things around. And I'm not witnessing him do that. But what I'm witnessing him doing is typing up paperwork and things like that. Because I don't condone mess like that. But if he can do certain things like that and he's smart legally, he's sitting on the computer doing certain things, finding certain files and doing that. And these people are allowing this man to do that. And he's a stalker too. Todd, he's a stalker too. He's a thief and a stalker. And a liar. How to file a what? OCR complaint portal and select the type of complaint you would like. I've never seen this. Religious freedom complaint. What? A secret service. Do you see this mess? All of this stuff came up with just that number and a complaint. I cannot make this up, y'all. Y'all, I don't know if these people hear me or not because look at this. Watch it. Pop it up. Human service, health and human services. How to file a consensus or religious freedom complaint. I didn't know they have such a complaint. I didn't know that. This is weird, y'all. I was just talking about this. File a consensus of religious freedom complaint and writing note. HHS. I never knew it said that. ORC online portal. File a complaint using the system. I never knew you could file a complaint against religious freedom complaint. File a complaint without a religious freedom complaint package. What is this? Organization believes discriminate against you. A brief description. What? All I knew it was the OCR. I didn't know all of that. I thought it was just for health. The OCR, laws and regulations, grants about HHS, mission, Department of Health, Human. See, this is what I thought it was about. It's 238. HC leadership budget. This is wow. Human subject research protection. What? Human subject research protection. What? Support human subject research must have an approved or assurance of compliance with protective age. What? Hit HITECH Act, the Health Information. I never saw all of this. Economic and Clinical Health Act supports the development of nationwide health what? Come in an open rule. You can play an important role in the Department of decisions by committing on proposed rules. Wow. Find rules by operating division rules and notes from each HHS operating additional HHS law and regulation. Find laws and regulations on civil rights, privacy rights, research fraud, prevention and detection, freedom of information, tribal matters, employment, and more. Complaint and appeals. PrEP Act. Learn the public readiness of emergency preparedness. PrEP Act. Declaration and explore related advisories, opinion, and guidance. Regulator agenda. Each fall and spring, the department publishes. Okay. Wow. I never got this in my life. Wow. What's this? Okay. Well, let's see. Wow. What's this? I would like info on organization containing someone at HR, current jobs, opening, student, and recent grads, career, and agenda agency. Excuse me. Did I say religious, y'all, or was that regional? Let me go back, y'all, because I think I'm tired, y'all. It probably was regional. Hold on. Yeah, that's a religious freedom complaint. Your complaint must be filed writing by mail, fax, email, via the ORC complaint portal. Name of the healthcare or social services. Hold on. Is that word religious? Hold on. What is going on? Why is this? Hold on, y'all. Maybe I'm not. I don't. Hold on. What the? Audio lab. Am I tripping? No, we don't want to go to the audio lab. Why would we go to the audio lab? Oh my God. Am I tripping? I'm trying to move it, y'all, and it's not letting me do what I want to do. Like find it. It comes up. See, like that. Huh? See, when the page is open, come up. See how it just moves? Look, I have to go back there. I don't know how to get back. Tab, they're gonna tab. What is this? Anything. God, this is great. I gotta pee. Patience. What's this? Recent amps. Okay. Gotta go back. We don't want to do that. I'm really trying to get up out of here. and go back to where I was at. The green tab is popping up. This is recent tab. This is. Ooh. What's this? History. What's this? Let's exit out. Y'all excuse me. Oh God, I cannot get back to. I'm trying to get back to that page. Recent. I'm gonna have to go back here. Give me a moment. It's time to go. Let me see what time it is. You hear me? It's 2:47. Get you some light. You said 3 o'clock? It's 2:47. It's 2:47. What time? Okay, 3:30. All right. You're welcome. On the clock, in the dot, in the stop dot. We're gonna see. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Oh yeah. Y'all. Let's see record. This is a long video. Okay. Let's get back. Mm-hmm. Wow, let me snap them. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Huh? You guys, I was recently on a chat that I did not sign up for. I did not enable chat. None of that. None of it. It's I've never had, the freedom that I wanted. Let's say this: I never had the freedom that people thought I should have, but I've given myself a little bit of freedom, and it's just determination. I think I did it like that, and so like that. It's 2019, y'all. Through 2010, it's like a case number. I don't know if this man was trying to set me up or what. This is weird. He likes to do stuff like that, though. Let's see. Wow.
Complaint 2019 to 22,210 compliant 2012 to 22,494.
What the frack that mean? No pass at that part. Okay, you guys. I don't know if you guys could hear me. Listen, I'm gonna post this anyway. Don't come for me. Please don't come. There are people out here that I know, as a young individual, young adult, that really stands for things, like really are there for people, and they're still out here. Like, all faith is not gone. All hope is not lost. The focus is not the evildoers. I'm not going to give them power by feeding into the agenda or the power play that they want by saying that, the new this and the new that is going to do this and do that. Like, you sound miserable. You sound miserable. Where there's a will, there's a way. And that's why it's a wills of hope. All right? I give love, light that shines in the darkness, protection, strength, encouragement, even when I don't have it to give. May it come from someone that you may know, because everybody has a day. Be aware, but don't stay stuck. People don't like to talk about certain things because that's just how they are. Never talking about my brother passing and expressing myself the way I just did. It just HEALED me. It just healed me. Not knowing that what I've been holding on was that. Giving myself a chance. Sometimes you need to talk about it. Because when you don't, you start doing things and moving in certain ways. You don't even acknowledge it. Because you have no power. You have no knowledge of self. So knowing yourself and the things that has hurt you in the past has to come up. You have to talk about it. If you don't, you're going to end up doing some things that being possessed. That's how you get possessed. Because those thoughts and past is energy, is power against you and others. And it's that anger, that energy, that resentment bottles up. You the alchemist, or you the individual that can create your reality in certain areas in your life without the awareness of what you're creating will cause you to hurt people that you should not hurt. It takes a special person like the ones that I was around when I was younger to actually know why and experience that, to want to give of themselves. It's the selfish ones that criticize harshly. Sometimes you may point the finger and you may be right. But 9 times out of 10, those that are critical in their ways, that doesn't adjust their own ways, loves to, whether secretly or in your face, be negative for no reason because of their past. They don't like to talk about it. Different strokes for different folks. I'm in my lane. I hope your lane is where you need to be and for you to grow. Other than that, have several about my life. What belongs to me is for me, not you and your mama and your uncle and your daddy too. I respect the elders. I appreciate you so much. Keep up the great work. Much love, peace, and protection always.